George took the last puff off the last joint and wondered when or if Uncle Nick would arrive. 3 days had passed, very biblical, and way too long. Something bad had happened. There was only one explanation. Lazarus had killed Nick, and any second he would break down the door to George's motel room and shoot him too. The roach glowed a bright red as he puffed. Little more than an ember, it stuck to his thumb. He tried to shake it off, but it wouldn't come loose. Staying perfectly still despite the searing pain, he took careful aim with the nail of his middle finger and struck it full force. It shot forward, still burning, veered to the right, and landed in the garbage can, overflowing with crumpled paper sacks and half-eaten carry-out meals. The last thing he needed was a fire. He would have checked on it, but squeaking wheels distracted him. They rolled down the cement breezeway outside his room, growing louder as they approached. It had to be Lazarus. He had come with so many guns that he needed a cart to carry them all, and they were so heavy that the wheels strained under the weight. He got original sin from where he'd hidden it between the mattress and box springs and tiptoed to the peephole with his finger curled around the trigger. It was only the maids with a cart full of towels and sheets. A shower would calm his nerves and help him figure out what to do. He laid the gun on the bed and dropped his clothes on the floor. The warm, soapy, smelling steam enveloped him, and like mighty Zeus, he drifted in the clouds in the celestial realms, joining Apollo, Athena, and last but not least, Dionysus, the god of wine and revelry. There were some other gods, but they didn't wear name tags. A pack of hippies crashed the party. They brought lots of dope to smoke, and Kelly materialized in the mist, dressed in white robes. "I'm going to give you another chance," she said. "Don't fuck it up." Feet marched down the breezeway, the sound vibrating through the thin wall. They were heavy, clunky men's feet in hard-soled shoes. They stopped at his door, knuckles rapped on the wood. He crept out of the shower, dripping and naked, picked up original sin, and put his eye on the peephole. A swarthy man in khakis and a white t-shirt stood outside. He had to be Greek, but that didn't mean anything. There was a stain on his t-shirt like tomato paste. That didn't mean anything either. Lazarus could have sent an assassin who worked as a cook when he wasn't killing people. Life was an ongoing existential crisis. An enemy would look exactly like a friend. You never knew the truth until later, and then it didn't matter. Nick stepped up next to the man. In an uncertain universe, there was one constant: family. They would never betray him. George slid original sin back under the mattress, put on his jeans, and unlocked the door. Like a soldier on a dangerous mission, Nick stepped inside and surveyed the unmade bed and the clothes and trash on the floor. "You remember me, don't you?" he asked in Greek, the Marlboro in his mouth bobbing up and down as he talked. "He works here in Durango at the Golden Flame. You met him at the wedding when we met Maria's family." George had only been 14 at the time of that wedding, so he didn't remember him, but Mina would be insulted if he said he didn't. "Oh, yes, of course." They hugged like best friends. Nick sniffed the air. "Something's on fire," he said. George smelled it too. It wasn't the sweet fragrance of marijuana. It was a harsh, acrid odor. A plume of smoke rose from the trash. The roach had set the leftovers on fire.